North Carolinians have heard of or been to the USS North Carolina Museum in Wilmington. A project broke ground today, to protect the decommissioned battleship from flooding.
WREL's Shelley Jackson reports on the effort to keep the memorial afloat.
This is the parking lot of the USS North Carolina Battleship. It's increasingly being overrun by floodwaters. You can see some of the water and the mud left from high tide. This is threatening the museum's ability to sell tickets and ultimately stay open.
This area in here we'll refer to as the constructed wetlands.
Captain Terry Bragg has spent his life on the sea. He served 30 years in the Navy and the past 15 as the executive director of the Battleship North Carolina Memorial. Bragg says regular flooding at the site started 9 years ago.
We started losing the parking lot for hours at a time.
In 2022, the site saw 200 days of flooding, and it was impacting operations at the battleship. The memorial does not receive any government funding, so it relies on ticket sales and donations.
So if I can't sell tickets and I can't have a place for visitors to park, then the battleship, which is independent, could go broke.
High tide flooding, also called nuisance or sunny day flooding, is happening more often as sea levels rise, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Roger Hsu with UNC Wilmington Department of Earth and Ocean Sciences says the battleship's location is especially vulnerable.
All of Eagles Island is pretty low, so whenever you get the high tides coming up, then that water can spill out of the river onto the land.
In 2018, the historic site launched the Living with Water project. It uses nature-based infrastructure to manage floodwaters from the Cape Fear River.
If you look at the flags, this is where the living shoreline will be.
This part of the parking lot that floods will be turned into wetlands and a tidal creek, and the remaining parking lot will be raised 2 to 3 feet. Bragg says a nature-based mitigation strategy made more sense than a wall.
And then if we need to change course, add different plant life, raise the elevation, it's a cheap fix. And we don't have to worry about that horrendous infrastructure cost to rebuild a metal wall.
For Bragg, saving the site is about preserving history.
The Battleship North Carolina is near and dear to my heart. It is a memorial to the 11,000 North Carolinians who served and died.
It will take 8 months to complete the Living with Water project. Shelley Jackson, WRAL News, Wilmington.
Living with Water is a $4.1 million project.